Hi friends, welcome back. How are you doing? No Nigerian should pay 5,000 naira for the national identity card, the Nigerian Federal Republic of Nigeria identity card. This is what Atiku is telling Nigerian. This is not the first time that Nigerians would be asked to procure an ID card. During Obasanjo's administration, people got ID card for free. If you weren't born at that time, maybe you don't have it, and if you were privileged to have it at that time, I call it privilege, probably you weren't around or you were not in a place where you could get it, but a lot of Nigerians had it for free. But this administration that prides itself as a government that is free of fraud, free of corruption, and they plan that they're going to take Nigerians out of poverty, they're going to make life better. Now I think their own idea of making life better is to actually impoverish people more and demand more from people. For example, if you put certain amount of money in the bank, you will have to pay a certain percentage for putting in and taking out. They claim that the purpose of this is for them to create this, implement this cashless society. All right. And they think that measure will make people keep money in the bank and transact online. Well, maybe. Let me leave that part. Recently, the finance minister in Washington D.C., she said that she attended a conference. I brought you that story, and IMF conference, World Bank and IMF conference. She said that they are actually thinking of course they've introduced VAT anyway, value added tax already. So they are putting duties, excise duty on Nigerian made products. Nigerians, a lot of people that are manufacturing products in Nigeria are actually struggling. We are talking of a nation where there is no constant electricity, so there's a lot of pressure on them. And when you look at the roads, they are not properly made anyway. And a lot of policies here and there. People are struggling to make ends meet, trying to create made in Nigerian product. Yeah, the government wants to put that on them. Although they said they are going to review and look at a lot of things. And this same administration is also thinking of building certain funny infrastructure. You would think these are good roads and all of that. No, they're actually looking at toll gates, and they've already mapped it. And when we looked, the story that I heard and what I saw out there, the percentage and the amount of those roadblocks, that's what I'm going to call it, not toll gates, that they will be having in Nigeria. We realized that the northern part of Nigeria, claiming that they are bigger and they have a huge landmass, they have a smaller number of toll gates, unlike the east of Nigeria, unlike the southern part of Nigeria anyway. So it's like people felt this is not supposed to be. So I don't know the reason why this is so. Probably they want to put this on federal roads, so that means they don't have a lot of federal roads in the northern part of Nigeria. If that is the story, if most of the northern part of Nigeria is all desert, so they don't have places to mount any of this. If that is the story there, I think they need to explain better to Nigerians. So soft drinks such as your carbonated drink, Coca Cola and all of that, there is going to be a specific kind of tax that will be on it. So it means that each of this product will skyrocket. That is what it means. When I read the comments, some say maybe they are trying to reduce carbonated drinks and make kind of help Nigerians to become more healthy, or whatever it is. Now, Coca-Cola and the rest of those companies are not Nigerian companies, not like an indigenous company. They are foreign companies that have sold shares to Nigerians, and a lot of Nigerians have their money involved in it. But these are international companies anyway. So Coca-Cola is making a huge rake, of course, giving jobs out to Nigerians and all of that. But I think at this time we should also have our own carbonated companies. We should have companies that produce every of those things that can compete, even challenge most of these foreign companies. But with this kind of hidden tax and excise duties and all of that, I don't think they will be able to encourage made in Nigerian products. And apart from that, the government decided to close the borders too. And I think they claim that the other African countries are not following the protocols, the ECOWAS protocols. So that's why they closed the borders. And this is also affecting some, people that import food product into Nigeria, such as rice, chicken, and all of this. So in my own opinion, I think the government should subsidize and encourage made in Nigerian products so that we can have more poultry in Nigeria. You don't need to import turkey, chicken, and all of these products. You don't need to import any of these dairy products, any of this from other African countries. That is not to say that Nigerians should not buy from other people, because imagine if we have a lot of production and we cannot sell out because all other African countries do not want to trade with us. They have their own product too. Then there won't be any business to be done. But then we should encourage more internally produced product. It is going to help a lot. We should patronize this, and government should subsidize this. So these are part of the things that this administration is actually doing. And I think before you impose certain policies on people, you have to have a buffer, something that people will rely on first before you now implement the policy. Not just you just close the border. They are trying to make sure that Dangote business flourishes more, so they close the border. What about people that are involved in importing of food items? That's the business they do. Groundnut oil and all of this. So according to Atiku, it is the right of all Nigerians to get the ID card for free and not to pay any money, adding that nobody should pay the money. Yes, in other countries abroad, Western countries, you pay for your passport just like they pay in Nigeria. You pay for ID card, you pay for it. But these countries function. That is the point. These countries, they function. There is a limited amount of money being stolen. The resources are not being stolen the way they steal it in Nigeria. In Nigeria, it's so astronomical. I mean, it's so huge how these people go about, and they are brazen about it. They are bold about this criminal activity. So that's a sad one. And at least in those countries, they have at least the infrastructure. I'm not talking of houses now. I'm talking of basic infrastructure. Not because all the countries have good roads, but at least they have roads that at least you can manage. But in Nigeria, you barely find certain places that have roads in some of those villages, towns, and all of that. It's not supposed to be so. Now, having said that, there are some states that are not viable. I don't know. They are just not bringing any money. Some states are not viable. They are just criminal. So this present administration is thinking of looking for other revenue streams of getting money back to the federal government. Hopefully this money is used properly. So as a compensation, that's the point that I'm going to. As a compensation to Nigerians for all of the money that they've stolen, from the ones that the Hausa Fulanis have stolen, from the ones that the Yorubas, the western part of Nigeria, have stolen, from the ones that the Igbos have stolen, from the ones that the Middle Belt, Delta, whatever, from all of this money that these criminals that found themselves there, from all of this money that have stolen, why can't they give free ID card to Nigerians? And I'm not talking of these stupid ID cards that after this administration, that will be the end of it. At least an ID card that will have that. The data will be in the information will be in the database, and you can renew this every 10 years or 5 years, as the case may be. So the federal government should stop using the citizens for their own business interests, for it is their duties to ensure that people are comfortable and secured. Many Nigerians have no job. That is Atiku talking. The same person that is vice president, the same person that stole money. Come on. The same person that was the head of customs and immigration, we know what he did. He said, how do you expect them to pay money meant for feeding to the federal government? This nonsense must stop, he said. Nigerians have the right to ignore any decision from this government or president of the country. Not that the government of a country is not a one-man business. And I know for sure that, of course, there are a lot of people that are already prepared. It's not like they are going to print this thing. The government I don't know if the government has a printing press where they print ID cards. Probably you're going to award this contract to some private company somewhere, and it is still themselves. They are also Fulani. They don't mind buying some of this stuff or issuing a contract to some foreign companies out there to produce this ID card, and they'll share it among themselves. That's how these people roll. That's how they roll. So that is what he said. He said Nigerians should react to this presidential decision. He said it is offensive, it is insulting to the people of Nigeria. So guys, are you ready to pay 5,000 naira when they are not even ready to pay 30,000 minimum wage? Those criminals in the Senate, those criminals in the executive arm of the government, look at the amount of money that they budgeted for themselves, Buhari and his children. Osibanjo and his children and the rest of them. Look at the amount they budget for themselves. Now they are asking for Nigerians to give them 5,000 naira. This is criminal. This government needs to be kicked out. Enough is enough, or we break the system apart. That's my take about this. Let me remind you guys to kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red notification icon, but kindly be notified whenever our videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.